Hey everybody, this is Modern Refugee. I wanted to do a quick video to sort of remind people or tell people that are just getting into preparedness that you don't necessarily have to have a super large garden, you don't have to have a big homestead, you don't have to have a big farm, you don't have to have a giant prepper redoubt to can and preserve your own food. You can go to the store and you can purchase food, you can get stuff from neighbors, you can get stuff from farmers markets, you can go directly to farmers, you can set up a deal with them. But what I'm getting at is if you live in a small apartment, you have a small place in the suburbs or whatever, you don't necessarily have to have that big garden to make your own food and put up your own food. And today's example that I'm doing here is these guys right here. These are those, seedless cukes that you can get in the store. These were 89 cents today. So I grabbed, I think 8 of them, and I grabbed some garlic that was from my garden last year that needs to get used up, and I grabbed some just some herbs. I got some dill back there that started coming up in my garden. I got a large dill patch, and then some grape leaves. I'll get into those in a second, but I am going to take a few of the things that I have here that's small that I already have, and I'm adding in some stuff that I purchased, putting that together, and I'm going to make better kosher dill pickles than you can buy at a store, I'll guarantee it. And you can do this with a lot of different stuff. You can, buy chicken when it's on sale, boneless, skinless chicken, and you can pressure can that. You can buy stuff like frozen peas and carrots. You can dehydrate that, so you can throw some of that into a soup or a stew, something like that. You can dehydrate onions if you have, get a good deal on onions. If you can get unclassified or number 2 potatoes from a local potato farm or something, you can get a good deal on them, and then you can pressure can them and put them up. And even for refrigerator stuff, these dills that I'm doing here today, I'm not going to can them. I am just going to use those for fresh. We got a couple family get-togethers coming here in the next couple of weeks, and I am just going to take a couple quarts of those along to add to the table to give everybody something homemade to go along with our potlucks that we're having. That's just kind of the way I do things. Mom did the same thing. Mom would go to the Farm Bureau when stuff would be in season, and she would buy what they called a lug of black cherries, and she would go ahead and thaw those out, and then she would either can them or make jam out of them. It was perfectly natural and perfectly normal for people to do that back in the day. The same thing with people that have a lot of people have fruit trees and they don't even use the fruit. The apples, they rake them up, throw them on a pile, whatever, they get rid of them. You see stuff like that, or if you happen to go down a back road and you see a apple tree or a pear tree there's absolutely nothing around it, it's on road right away, grab some of that stuff. Asparagus is another one. A lot of people have little secret spots where they get asparagus that used to be a farm there along the road, and the asparagus is growing in the ditch, and they will go and pick that stuff year after year. So you don't necessarily have to have a gigantic garden to prepare, prep, and put up, can, and make your own stuff. And the grape leaves that I got back there along with the dill, grape leaves are actually a crisping agent for pickles. So if you want nice crisp pickles, especially like crock dills that aren't refrigerated, you'll put a couple of grape leaves in there, and then they also aid in the fermentation because the beneficial bacteria is on those grape leaves. But grape leaves basically take the place of chemicals to keep your pickles crisp, and that's why I'm adding a couple grape leaves into each one of those jars back there after I slice up and I make my brine. And now my brine is just going to be the Mrs. Wages brine that I'm mixing up with some vinegar and stuff that I have here. So I'm taking some stuff that I have, few things, some stuff that I bought on sale, some of my preps like my vinegar and my seasoning that I had put up, and I'm taking that, I'm putting that all together, and I am making something beneficial out of it. I am adding value to it, and it's going to be something that we're going to use. So don't think that you always have to have a garden or something like that. If you're a prepper, you can certainly find other sources for that stuff right now, and I would like people to do that because you can save a little bit of money and you can start learning these skills that if something does happen will be beneficial to you down the road. Anyway, this is Modern Refugee. Appreciate all my subscribers out there. Hope you guys get some information, some entertainment out of my videos, and you guys have a good one.